Okay, so for this week's video, a bit of a change. Done quite a bit of work on the outside, doing the lines and stuff on the front bumper, front and the bonnet and the engine cover and various other bits and bobs. So I thought I'd show you what I've been doing. Next week's going to be a bit different again, but I'll tell you about that in a bit. So basically what I've been working on, not finished yet to be honest, but what I've been working on is all the sort of lines around, so I'll try and point it out, it's quite sunny. All the lines around here, this was all kind of sort of wavy, that's now nice and straight. This section's coming on quite nicely now. That's basically the shape I want over there. This side's still being worked on, but it's getting there. It's not far off really. It just needs a bit of work over there. And then all this bottom bar section here, that was all over the place. There was sort of wonky bits and wavy bits, and it dipped down at the front and all sorts. So I've done a lot of filler work on there. Still needs a bit more on there actually. I've primed it just to see where we are with it. There's a little bit wavy in places, not massively, just a tiny bit. So it's quite easy to fix. There's a bit of black paint over there from overspray from where I sort of tried the top end of the splitter on. Next week I'll be trying the bottom half. I'm trying to get some repairs done on that bottom half of the splitter so it looks roughly how it's going to look when it's finished. So yeah, that will also make sure it fits properly with that top section, with that top bar and all that being the gaps and everything else in there. Hopefully that will all be good. These pieces here are pretty much there now, I think, with symmetry wise. Some people would say otherwise, but I think they're not too bad at all. Not fully finished, as I say, so it's not 100%. It will need a full going over once it's all done, and all the bodywork and everything is done in one hit. That'll be done basically near the end, before it all starts getting leather on it, basically, is the idea. Because obviously, if you don't know, it's being covered in leather rather than paint. Bit weird, but there you go. It's going to be done anyway. I've also got these to do. These are basically needed there anyway. This one needs some work on that right hand side. The top's still underneath, like underneath the sort of where are we? Underneath there sort of area. That needs working on. And I've done a little bit of work on this grille here as well. This section is very slightly kind of more angled than that, so that kind of comes down a bit more, and that's more of a softer one. I've done a bit of work on that, and it's a lot better than it was. Just needs that last bit in the corner doing, I think, just to make sure it's all symmetrical. But yeah, shouldn't be too long till that's all sorted. Load of work on this as well. Okay, right, where are we? So this is the engine cover. You can see basically now the main difference is I've decided to ditch the hole with the alternator. This has now been fiberglassed in, obviously filled and done properly again. I've also built up this section here. This piece was basically sat a little bit low. It kind of dipped down like that and kind of dipped in there. Didn't really like it, so I've basically given it a bit more of a build up all around this whole section area. Recut the holes, redrilled these holes, recut all these holes here, which they'll be having like a cover thing made for those, but they'll look a lot tidier than they did before, that's for sure. Speakers are in, tweeters are in, obviously not long term, they're coming out shortly again, just to while I'm working on these things. Like I say, this thing again was covered in leather, probably black leather I think, or maybe even sticker bomb this section, not sure, we'll see. So it happens on that, because there will be some sticker bomb left in, and obviously some leather, but a bit of both. What else have I been doing? I've been doing some more work on this bonnet. Nothing's happened so far. I've just placed it on. This will have obviously this will be on show, so I need to make sure that all this is flat. That's one of the jobs I'm probably going to be starting in the next couple of weeks. Not just yet. I'm going to get the splitter out of the way first. I'm doing some other jobs while other things are drying, which I'll show you, which are coming along quite nicely. I can't remember if I showed you before. Painted the back window. No real reason. There's going to be glass over it anyway, but it looks better. This section's been built up with fiberglass to match the other side. Before it sat about here, and it had to come out further. To make sure that the pressure in there for the subside of things is the same, but also to make it level for the other side, the same symmetry side of things again. So the fiberglass is basically done for that. A little bit more to do down the side here, just to get the right angles. Not far off at all. And then I'll grind that back, fill it, and it should look pretty decent when it's all done, basically the same as the other side. I did move this out of the way. Did this cover. That cover was already in cardboard before. Now it's had a layer of fiberglass put over it. unscrewed in, so that's basically pretty much how it's going to look like. It's got to grind it back and put some filler on there and make sure it's the right sort of levels for this side of things, and around here it should slot in nicely. It'll screw in with a couple of little screws, and that's just like an access panel for the cabling and various things under the dash there. I've been working a lot on this. I did a mould before for this one. It's not fully finished and nowhere near finished, to be fair, but I did a mould out of cardboard. You can still see some of it behind. Nice bit of cornflakes. I love cornflakes boxes, who doesn't? So that's basically ready to slot into that section, which I'll show you actually. Should be able to do this. Okay. Oh, it works. Hang on. There we go. Obviously it's going to be screwed in properly and everything else. But you can see how that's going to fit. Pretty snug in there. Needs a little bit of work around this corner. Not on the cover, not on this. It's solid. Not on the cover there. It's going to be more like on here to get, because it's more of a square shape. So I need that nicer than that really for the final finish. But you can see how that sort of slots in there. Obviously that'll bolt in. I've got to bring this floor up a little bit. It's only just fiberglass anyway, so I could literally just build on top of this, get it level with that. This section's pretty much level anyway, so that's this section here, so that's all good. This section needs a little bit of filler. It's tiny amounts here really. It's pretty good. This side probably a little bit more, but yeah, that should look good when it's all done. I think that's it. That's basically, well, I say that's it. It's been loads of work. Yeah, but that's it till next week. By the end of next week, should hopefully have the splitter done. Well, not done, sorry. I'll probably have it at least repaired because it was a bit of a state. I can't even get to it to show you at the moment. It's at the back of the car covered in stuff. But yeah, that'll be sorted. Might try and get this sort of tablet in here as well and make sure that's all fitted. Get all these edges tidied up behind here, that sort of thing. Just all these little jobs that need doing, which they are also all coming together all in one hit rather than concentrating on one thing. Makes it a bit more interesting for anyone watching. So yeah, there you go. That's my week. Been fun. So yeah, it's all. Oh, I didn't even mention the scuttle panel. There you go. Done the scuttle panel. There you are. That's all sorted. It's all fitting nicely there. I've had to do some tidying up on this. Actually, I'll do a bit of a show on this. You can see it. All the lines and things needed tidying up under here, so I've had to sort of rebuild these edges, rebuild the edge of this as well, so it goes up further, and go from there. But it's looking a lot tidier. Not bad at all. That colour, that on there is probably going to be black, I think, or white. I don't know. Not sure yet. We'll see. One of the two. So yeah, there you go. That's it. Jobs are good for the week. So hopefully you're impressed with that progress. I am pretty happy with that. So yeah, feel free to subscribe, give me a shout, comment, whatever you fancy doing, and I'll do another video next week.